Gupta, General Secretary, Transit Service, and Executive Secretary Rakis, and our Coordinator Ravindra Adhikari, dear friends and comrades. Good afternoon. On behalf of the All India Peace and Solidarity Organization, I extend our heartfelt congratulations to the Nepal Peace Solidarity Council for hosting the World Peace Council Executive Committee meeting in Kathmandu, Nepal, following the successful 22nd Assembly in Hanoi. Since the last Assembly, we have witnessed profound global regional developments. At the international level, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and Gaza have far-reaching impacts, especially concerning armaments, disarmaments, and security in Ukraine. US NATO continues to arm the Ukrainian forces, aiming to weaken Russia, with the primary beneficiaries being the US-based military-industrial complex. Military expenditure globally have surged to a staggering $2,443 billion in 2023, the highest annual increase since 2009, with the US, China, and Russia leading the race. Similarly, the prolonged Israel aggression in Gaza has contributed to the global rise in military spending, with Israel increasing its budget by 24% to $27.5 billion in 2023, supported by substantial US aid. These conflicts are causing significant civilian casualties. More than 45,000 people, primarily women, children, have died in Gaza due to Israel bombings, and thousands remain buried beneath rubble. Basic infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, and UN shelters, has not been spared. We could see the hatred against Israel and the US imperialism world over. At the same time, nuclear-armed states, including the US, Russia, China, and others, continue to modernize their arsenals. The global nuclear stockpile reached an estimated 12,121 warheads in 2024, with around 3,904 deployed on missiles and aircrafts. Transparency between major nuclear power has diminished, with the US suspending the nuclear data sharing and Russia suspending participation in the new START treaty. As General Secretary is dealt in details on the international development, I do not want to discuss further on this issue. Dear friends and comrades, in South Asia, significant political shifts have occurred. Nepal's CPN UML party returned to power, impacting regional stability. In Sri Lanka, the left-wing JVP gained considerable support in the presidential elections, signifying hope for the peace and economic reforms. Conversely, Bangladesh has experienced massive protests driven by high unemployment, inflation, and political corruption, culminating the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's resignation. While the right-wing forces have attempted to exploit this unrest to incite communal violence, it is crucial for interim government to restore peace and protest minorities, and instability in Bangladesh can impact neighboring nations. Globally, far-right movements are gaining traction, threatening peace and democratic values in India. The recent 2024 elections was an exhaustive, multi-phase event. Though the BJP secured a majority through coalition support, the strong presence of opposition parties in parliament offers a renewed hope for the upholding democratic rights and addressing public grievances. However, the call from AIPSO, All India Peace and Solidarity Organization, at Chandigarh conference to defeat divisive forces remains only partially fulfilled, remaining us of the ongoing challenges. As we face rapid regional global changes, we must remain vigilant against the rising threat of right-wing communal forces, continuing our efforts towards peace, solidarity, and justice. Dear friends and comrades, since the 22nd Assembly of the World Peace Council and the AIPSO National Conference, AIPSO has been actively involved in various initiatives, particularly focusing on expressing solidarity with Palestine. In addition, several other programs are currently being carried out. Since October 7 last year, AIPSO has organized monthly meetings, seminars and demonstrations across the country. This year, on October 2nd, marking Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, over 200 gatherings were held nationwide under the theme of Gandhi's Dream and Independence Palestine. In response to the AIPSO call, many political parties, mass organizations and social movements joined in this campaign. This widespread support demonstrates that there is significant potential for broadening our organization, moving beyond ideological boundaries to embrace the core values of the movement, which stands for anti-imperialist solidarity, peace, democracy and social justice. The friends and comrades, while the president of our organization is prominent leader in AIPSO, we must acknowledge that WPC was faced challenges in achieving its desired results, potentially due to various political and organizational factors. Over the past year, the world has been deeply affected by the Russia-Ukraine war and Israel genocidal actions against Palestinian people. In response to Israel aggression, we have witnessed new forms of solidarity activities worldwide. However, there is limited information regarding the contributions of WPC and its member organizations to the global movement. This indicates a communication gap between WPC and its members, as we rarely receive updates of each other's activities and roles. Our experience reveal many common areas for collaboration. For instance, networks focused on the issues relating to Cuba and Palestine are present on nearly every continent. To harness these connections and build WPC into one of the most inclusive anti-imperialist organizations dedicated to peace and solidarity as outlined in the Constitution, we must cultivate the political will to act collectively. AIPSO believes that every member organization should work towards this goal. While we may not yet be as large as we aspire to be, it is crucial to establish a broad-based coalition to meet today's global challenges. AIPSO hopes WPC will seriously consider expanding its reach across all countries. In this regard, specific responsibilities could be assigned to the member organizations and efforts should be made to improve communication among members using available digital tools. With these words, I conclude my remarks. Thank you, Dr.Diddi Sudhakar, Presidium member, and
Thank you, Dr.Diddi Sudhakar. Allow me to clarify. The Legion of World Leaders who have presented the report can also speak on behalf of their national organization, which means during the